welcome in. If you're passing through, go ahead and tap those hearts to help the algorithms. Celestial earth here, but I'm coming from the celestials into the earth because it's real out here in these spiritual streets right now. And so we talking about the demons that are scheming. The demons are scheming. The desperate energies are doing desperate things right now, and they showing up in these families live and direct. A lot of y'all, especially if a lot of y'all got Chiron and Cancer, oh, you already been having family upheavals. You already been having it ever since Jupiter entered Cancer. It's been making it real active and expansive for good reason, because it's time to break a lot of things. The family, the bloodlines are under attack, and we need to know that. And a lot of us don't know where to look for it because we still hide it on pleasantries, polite trees. This is not the time to be pleasant and polite. I'm not saying go and be mean mugging everybody, but this is not the time to be pleasant and polite. This is a time to be real and true. We got Mercury lining up with Mars tomorrow. We just had the Mercury Kizimi. Come see me, come see me. For those who don't know, we were coming from the Mercury Kissimmee to the Neptune Kissimmee. And for those of you who don't know, you may want to come see me. Because that Kissimmee is when that planet is in the direct alignment with the sun, and it brings so much clarity. So something has come through for you last week, for all of us. And it's to see what that is. But we're going to talk about it because this is something that a lot of people don't want to get into. So my question is, as I said it in the video I dropped previously, why do we not want to face the demons? That why are we afraid? What is the thing that holds us back and makes us afraid of saying the word demons? Y'all ever notice that? Anywhere you go, and I'm talking about, I don't care if it's spiritual people, especially religious people, and they love to be talking about burning out the demons and all of this stuff, but they don't like to recognize that they be demoning. Let's acknowledge that there are, let me say it how they say it. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but what? Principalities. Stick with me. Correct me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Correct me if y'all feel I'm wrong. Tap the live, welcome in. Tap the heart so we can get to those on the energetic algorithm. When you tap a heart, it helps get it to them. That's what I do this for. I don't need the likes, like I need you to like me. I just need us to get it to them, right? So we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Correct me if I'm wrong. Those principalities are invisible. Let's acknowledge that together. Walk with me now. This is me. I'm going to walk us through. We're going to talk about the root chakra because I'm working on the root chakra today as these 4 days lead up to Third Eye Atlas coming in close encounter with Jupiter on the way out. And this is a major deal. This is what is really sealing, closing out the energetic seal like no other. I don't think people really understanding or comprehending that. The things that we do right now, the decisions that we make are the pills that we take. But the decisions that you make is what's going to set you where you are going to tell yourself that you want to be. It's choice. And these are the choices. Whatever you're making right now is going to make or break you. It's going to make or break your spirit or your soul, however you want to look at it. It's not doomsday, but it's doomsday. Right? Whatever is happening is for your multi-dimensional soul on multiple levels, for your soul unfolding journey, for the truth that you are to behold in the unfoldment of your soul. Let me say that again. It's for the truth that you are to behold for your soul that is to unfold, because we are soul unfolding. Just like the lotus flower, we unfold, we open out. We're 1,000 petals, which that 1,000 petal lotus flower on the crown represents infinite. Those 1,000 petals represent infinite. I'm just going wherever spirit taking me with it right now, because a lot of people are not seeing this and taking this that serious. But one of the things, and people could take it how they want to take it, but the demons, we got to talk about it. I want to talk about it some more because people are scared to say this word. And I don't know why. Demons, let me clarify this. Demons are unhealed wounds. Tap the live, welcome in. If you're coming through, tap some hearts so we can get it to who we need to get it to. The demons are unhealed wounds. Just think about that. Just pause with that for a minute instead of running from it. People run whenever I even say the word amongst spiritual people, religious people, they hear demon and they get queasy. They want to run for their life. And it's because the demon in them can't take it. I'ma just be real. None of us are exempt. If demons are unhealed wounds, that means whatever wounds you have in you is a demon. Ooh, we don't like that. Whoop, whoop. Look how quick they check out. You want to see me clear the room real quick? I could clear the room real quick. If I just walk in the room and say, demon, they run. They flee. If I walk in and say, you know you got some demons in you, they can't take that. People can't take the truth. The truth hurts. The truth will set you free, but it'll piss you off first. And yes, the truth hurts, and people can't take it. As much as they want to elevate and evolve and ascend, they don't want to look at their mistakes, which are their sins. All a sin is a mistake. But why I'm talking about the demons that are scheming, because we're not recognizing how it's showing up in families. I said the other day that the bloodline is under attack, but you got to know where it's at. Where you looking? Because them people that you smiling with, the little surface level things that you think is happening on the surface level, the principalities behind it is a whole spiritual warfare. I don't think y'all see how serious this is. I don't think y'all realizing that there are demonic stages being set right now. The desperate energies are doing desperate things, and I'm speaking. I don't want us to think about an enemy outside there that hates you. I want you to think about, even though it is an enemy outside there, because it's that opposition energy out there, but it is the enemy is within your camps. Let me say this again. Happy Saturday Night Live. I haven't done a Saturday Night Live here in a minute. Welcome in. The enemy is inside the camp. And when I say that, and I know some of y'all know who it is. So as I'm saying it, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and picture that person that's smiling in your face in the family. That's the enemy. The one who has all these wounds and they moving sketchy around you, but they smiling with you and inviting you to stuff and wanting to do stuff with you. That's the enemy. And I'm not saying it to say it's not a personal thing, y'all. This is the principalities behind it. This is a spiritual warfare that is happening in the realm of the unseen, if you know what I mean. And so in the unseen, there's all of this ugliness kicking up. They don't like you. Some of us need to get that through our thick skull. They don't like you. Why is so-and-so doing this? Why is I don't know why it is. Stop trying to figure it out at the surface level. They don't like you. I want us to acknowledge that for a moment, because I'm taking us through Demon 101 right now. I'm taking us through Demon 101 so we can understand they don't like you. And if they can't stand you because you're activating stuff on the light grid, you're activating the light grid, you're doing your soul work, you're breaking generational curses. And every time you break a generational dysfunction, every time you break a karmic loop, you loosen the grip of that parasitic entanglement in your family. I want us to hear this, because when I'm saying demon, I'm talking about those demons right there in front of you, the ones that you are smiling with, the ones that it is hard to look at and say, this is a demon, right? And I'm going to say something that just may clear the room right now, because they don't like this. Some of us are looking at our parents, demon, unhealed wounds that they don't never want to address. Some of us are looking at our children, ooh, they don't like this, demon. Because the children are carrying the wounds that you have still not addressed, because you're coddling them, because you can't believe that the child can be possessed by these principalities. I'm saying, I'm being very honest with y'all, and it's better to understand it, overstand, understand, and recognize that this child is demoning. See, notice what I'm saying, because I know it. We find it hard to call our loved ones a demon, but you can look at them and see that they got some unhealed wounds, right? We could see that, right? And if you could see the unhealed wounds, then you can see them demons that are lurking. And it's better you see them so that you can address them. Let me see what y'all saying. Peace, love, and light. Hey, hey, hey. Terry, Ashe, sister, this shit is real out here. Gotta stay spiritually, mentally, and physically strapped. Exactly. Exactly. We have to stay strapped. We have to be aware, alert, right? If they call it what it is, they have a better way of identifying their own shit. And they do not want that. Exactly. It's a hard truth. It's a hard truth that don't nobody want to hear, don't nobody want to talk about. This is why I know I get shadow banned and things like that. People don't want to hear this. They want to hear the fluff. They want to hear unicorns and love and light. And they don't understand that when you are chosen one, when you a true chosen one, chosen of the chosen few, and you're doing the work and you're breaking generational curses, it don't look pretty. It's the nitty gritty. And you got to be willing to take some hard truths. Some of people that come through our workshops and stuff, and they ask me how I do it and things like that, and I'm telling you, I had to mourn my mother's death. I had to mourn, and she's alive. She's very alive, well and ticking. Peace, love, and light. Thank you for coming through and sending the heart so we can get it to those that need to get to. I'm gonna share something with y'all. I'm gonna be real honest and truth. How y'all gotta recognize and see these demons. Dreddy, up the hearts. Right? This was a couple years ago, after 2020, because 2020, I got my 2020 vision. Even though y'all see me wearing these glasses, that's because how much time I've been spending on the screen since then. I never spent this much time on the screen since 2020. But I got my 2020 vision. And I went through the whole karmic cycle. There was a particular cosmic event that was happening around the end of that year 2020 or the end of 2021, and it was a closing out of karmic cycles. I don't know how many of y'all recognize that, but if you kind of look back, you may see that there was something closing out, whatever that is for you. And I was mourning my mother. I was mourning and crying for 2 days straight, wondering, why am I crying like this lady is gone? She is here. She is here. She's alive and well and ticking. And afterwards, it was revealed to me. Some of y'all don't know this kind of mourning. Let me get comfortable. So this is what we got to recognize. If you want to be able to get through this, I'm sharing some of the things I did to get through it. You got to understand, overstand, and understand who you grew up loving. The way you grew up loving them, that is no more. That idea, that concept has to die. And like I said, I'm not sugarcoating no words. I'm not playing with the glitch in the matrix. They don't like when you say words like that. I'm not with this unalive stuff, because that's a way of watering down the truth that is happening. That's a way of watering down the ego death, the collapsing timelines, the desperate energies, the old earth that is dying, that is collapsing. And they don't like that. They real sensitive to that. So somehow they've infiltrated the system and come up with a clever way to say we got to be sensitive to this word, and we got to say unalive. We're hiding from saying words like rape, molestation. Like, they don't want us looking at the ugly truth and calling it what it is. They want us to bleep it out for the sake of, I don't know what they want to call it. Can't be sensitive for the kids because they showing the kids all type of porno, all type of crap. When the kids pick up the screen, they watching all type of crap. When they playing video games, they watching all type of crap. All type of Grand Theft Auto, to the point where they have confused reality and they think that this is how they can get away in life, and don't realize that you can actually die and you won't be able to respawn and come back like you do in the video game. They're out of touch with reality. They don't censor that, but they want you to censor words like rape, molest, sexual abuse, death, die, kill. Because they want you to say, unalive. It sounds so much better. Because these are the people that create our language, and they create these words, and they know that words have power, and they know that we are becoming more powerful. So therefore we are amplifying the power of these words, which means when we say it, it rings harsher on the vibratory field. Ashe? So these are things that they want hidden. They don't want you saying words like that. They don't want you saying demon. They itch, they quiver. Oh my God, she said demon. No, that's a demon. You scheming. Right? So I had to learn. I had to learn. Let me mourn this person. Some of us gotta mourn what we thought was a relationship. Right? Some of us, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Continue, because the more we get, we can get to the 1,000, and we'll be able to have a stronger live vibe. It'll be able to get to more people. We are not recognizing how we're watering down things. That's what they want us to do. And this is a time we got to be more powerful than anything else. Tomorrow, like I said, Mercury and Mars. We got to tap in. We got to tune in and become attuned with the frequencies and what's happening. And we can't be afraid to speak what it is. Demons are demons. The energies are doing what they do. And we got to be, this, like I said, I could share it with you. This is what I had to do. Mourn the death. Because what was that? That was the death of a relationship that I thought once was. And I'm not just talking about having the relationship. I'm talking about the concept in our mind. This was my superhero. I looked at her completely different. But now I had to look and say, she not making it. They not making it. This is where they say everybody can't go. For some of it, it's our parents. For some of it, it's other relatives that you're so used to being close to, and you thought they were with you, but you're not. You done quantum leap so many times that you are timelines away from them. Recognize this. And they cannot be saved. Not in this lifetime. You've quantum leaped. We're in the 5th dimension. You're moving forward into the new earth. You're expanding your consciousness into the new earth. They cannot go there if they cannot expand their consciousness. And I don't care how much you kick and scream and want to drag them with you, they cannot come. You can literally drag them, and when you get to the line, they won't be able to cross it. Because it's an energetic boundary. It is dimensional energetic boundaries. They cannot cross it. And it doesn't matter who it is. So we have to detach. We have to depersonalize. And I'm not saying don't love, because 5th dimension is the love frequency, but you got to detach. And you got to be willing to say you're demoning. If it's too hard for you to say you're a demon, because you tie it still to the personal person, understand that it is nothing personal. It is the principalities behind them. It is the energy behind them that is using them, because you're only as strong as your weakest link. And our loved ones are being used by entities that hate you. Let me say that again. Our loved ones are being used by entities that hate you, because they know not themselves. This is why it says, know thyself in the scripture. Know thyself. Because if you don't know thyself, you're going to be used by an entity that knows your wounds better than you, because you won't even admit your wounds. This is the dangers right now. You won't even admit your wounds, so you won't admit that you're demoning. We really need to change the vocabulary. We really need to understand that demon is an unhealed wound, so we can say it and recognize it. See it when you see it, say it, call it out. Yes, it may be in your children. And that's the part a lot of people don't like, especially people with the motherhood identity crisis, that you think, oh, I gotta be a good mother. I can't see that in my child. Well, you better see it. Because if you don't see it, they're gonna continue to be it, and you're not gonna be able to protect them. Right? I have some mourning for my mother to do. Ashe, ashe. I've mourned her, and every now and then I face a retrograde. Yeah, and when you retrograde, you're going to retrospect. And Mercury is definitely in a retrograde, so it's bringing us into that information, into the multiple dimensions of our soul. That's why it feels so deep right now. For a lot of us, it may even feel a little foggy, or because when we're going that deep, it's like it's like there's a fog there. We can't really see it that clearly because it's taking us through the dimensions of our minds. It's taking us through the dimensions in time. We are traveling through our multi-dimensional self. This is the season of Pisces. Pisces is a spiritual house. Do we know what the spiritual house is? It's spirit. It's it's infinite. It is the infinite existence of your holistic soul self. This is not just about you that you're looking at in the mirror in this lifetime. This is about the multiple lifetimes that you have travailed and maybe even failed. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity with Third Eye Atlas. I keep saying it, but I don't think people really getting it. Third Eye Atlas, we're never going to see. We're never going to see in our lifetime again. Just like we're never going to see Neptune coming out of Pisces into Aries again. A lot of us have chosen to be here at this particular time, to experience this, to get help in our soul, to remove the illusions, not just of this lifetime. No. I've been saying this multiple lifetimes. You have chosen to take this travel right here to be a part of the Aquarian age, to be a part of the fifth dimension, to be a part of Neptune leaving Pisces and breaking a lot of illusions if you have allowed it. It ain't going to do it automatically. If you have allowed it to be a part of this, you have chosen to have this soul. Thank you, Dimples. Peace, love, and light. Thank you for the fan. #1 fan. Join. Make sure you join so we can get it up to 1,000 people. We've chosen to be a part of this, and this is something we can't run away from. I don't know about y'all, but I've been waking up with certain type of dreams and a sense of urgency that's saying, look, it's now or never. It's now or never for a lot of us, and I'm speaking to a lot of you through your souls. I'm speaking through the dimensions of your souls. Think about the many lifetimes that you have come here and the things that we maybe haven't gotten so right in previous lifetimes. That follows you on your imprint, your karmic imprint. And it's not for you to have a bad life. The karmic imprint is a blessing. It's an opportunity. It is the very grace of the divine that is giving you an expansion in time. Ashe? It is the very grace of the divine that's giving you this expansion in time for you to do what needs to be done in the dimensions of your mind. Because that's where the universe exists. The you in the universe exists in the dimensions of your mind. So this is where we're here to do the work. We got to take it that seriously. So as I've been waking up, it's like you came here in this particular lifetime and the window is about to close. The energetic seal is about to be sealed, and that's what it's going to be. You got to make the decision. You're not here to pussyfoot around people and things. Like, I've been having to wake up and saying this. If today was the day that you had to transition, if today was the day that you had to die, what is it that you need to do? That your soul, you got to ask your higher self, what did I come here to do? What did I come here to do, and I need to get it done in this lifetime? I don't want to leave this lifetime without handling my transmission in time that I came here to do. Ashe, peace, love, and light that I came here to be a part of. I am the way. Good to see you up in here today. Right? The more that we vibrate higher and change our frequency is so easily to see everything that is falsehood. Exactly. This is what's been happening. A lot of us that have been raising the vibrations and stepping into our ascension, we've been seeing things like so clearly, it's so difficult to put up with the bullshit anymore. It's difficult to sit in the spaces that we've been sitting in before. We can't do it anymore because you're seeing so clearly. When you vibrate higher, you're vibrating on higher frequency. It changes your frequency. It changes you have quantum leaped more likely, and you're not in the same timeline. So when you go around these people, it feels weird. And I'm talking about families, y'all. I'm talking about same friend. It is not the same. And I'm not saying you can't be their friend, but we definitely gotta draw a line. We gotta have certain boundaries. We can't do the same things, whatever, just for them to be comfortable. This is not about their comfort. And this is the way I look at it. If I'm not trying to worry about my comfort, why am I trying to pamper somebody else's comfort? They got to be about their spiritual business. That's not my business. My business, my soul business is my transmission here. And what we're not recognizing is right now, as the desperate energies are doing desperate things, they see you seeing them. Right, Nikki? They see you. It's easy to see everything, and they like, oh my God, they like the emperor, the naked emperor walking through the streets, and they like, oh my God, shit, she see me. Oh shit, he see me. And then because they're so desperate, they still can't admit that you see them. So they come and they poke. I'm telling y'all to look out for these, because these demons are scheming. They come and they sit beside you and they smile and they give you certain things. Be careful of who you are receiving things from. And when you sense that there's something not right in their energy, I want you to really put your high sensors on and look at what's happening in the principalities of things. This is a spiritual warfare. We need to all be at our spiritual battle stations right now. And some people, like I've been told recently, oh, you too spiritually, you too spiritual. And I'm like, no, you're not spiritual enough. I've had somebody tell me, because I just had a whole little family meeting recently, because it's a lot of stuff happening in the family. And I was like, look, let me tell it like it is. What you do with it is what you do with it. And one of them had the nerve to tell me, right? The Noive, the gallbladder Noive, to tell me, oh, once upon a time, I was spiritual, but I can't do that anymore. I chose not to see these things. Then you weren't truly spiritual. There's no way you could really be that spiritual when you hit the higher frequencies and the higher vibrations and you tune in. There's no looking back. I mean, you can, but then you didn't truly hit that high frequency. Because for those of us who hit it and we see it, there's no going back. There's no, well, I choose not to be a spirit. That's your whole purpose for coming here. The fuck you mean? Like, I be wanting to go off sometimes. Like, what you mean? Let me plug this up, y'all. Give me a minute, because I see it getting low. Get low, get low, get low. There we go. What you mean? I'm not spiritual no more. Like, that's not, we come here, we are a part of the remembering. A lot of people don't understand the purpose of life. It's multi-purpose because we're multi-dimensional, but one of the main purposes is being a part of the remembering. And that means having a soul synapses. Soul synapses. Just like the neurons have a synapsis, we have these electromagnetic synapses in our minds, in our bodies, in our threefold being. We're spiritual beings. Ashe. Thank you, Dimples. We are spiritual beings first and foremost. Like I always say, I'm a spiritual being living in a spiritual world governed by spiritual laws first and foremost. Not your human laws. Not your family traditions. I had to text somebody today. One of the family members want to come at me and pervert the ways. Why must you pervert the ways? And ask me where's my accountability because I don't want to show up to a birthday party? What the heck does my spiritual journey have to do with a birthday party? And I had to let them know, look, my spiritual integrity and accountability comes way before a family affair. I don't care whose birthday it is. And this was the last one. And only because this was a child that I really care about and love, and I know children don't really understand, so I just came to drop off the gift and be out. But I can't sit here with y'all. They want you to sit here, and it's because, and it was a demon, let me tell y'all, it was a demon cesspool. This is why I'm telling you, y'all gotta watch. I've been going to certain events, and when you see with the eyes that I see with, I'm watching the whole demon. It's like a demon shift exchange. You know when you shift out, like shift change. It's a demon shift change happening. Y'all pay attention to when y'all go to certain places. Some of the events that you're going to, some of the family events, and I mean birthdays, weddings, funerals, I don't care whatever it is. Some of these events, they are, matter of fact, I'm going to say all of them right about now, especially and particularly. They are demonic stage fronts, and they are a harvesting. It's a cesspool, and they're harvesting souls. They're shift changing. There are demons getting their there are demons getting their ranks, and it's being passed on. What I just witnessed today was a demon pass over, a shift change, and a gateway keeper getting their wings. You know how they say an angel gets their wings? Well, let me say the demon got their horns. That wanted to be a bold demon. And if you tell them they're a demon, they don't want to believe it. And this is at a birthday party, y'all. I'm sharing this with y'all so y'all understand, because people don't like to see it that way. And even while I was there, I'm looking at some of the children, and I could see it on them. The demons, the wounds that those children are carrying. These children are carrying the wounds that their parents refuse to exhume. And so the child is walking around with this heavy burden, and you have no clue. They have no clue. But people like us, we seeing right through. We got to be willing. And I know that they're children, and people might say, oh no, that's a child. They not a demon in. Because that child has now been infiltrated. If they have enough wounds, it's like filling up them children with bullet holes. Like, I know it may sound graphic, but it's like when those wounds are not dealt with, and it becomes compounded and compounded. I'm watching generational wounds passed down from a grandmother to a grandmother to a mother to a child. That's 4 generations. That is 4 generations of passing over the wound, on top of the wounds that that person picks up on their own. So let me say it like this. Remember, wounds, unhealed wounds are demons. Stick with me. Unhealed wounds are demons. Right? The grandmother has some unhealed wounds. That passes down. That ties the knot even more. You tie the generational curse, if you want to call it, even tighter. It passes down to the next grandmother. She has the previous wounds, and then she's collected some of her own. That's 2 times the wounds. Stick with me. Here comes the mother. She has 2 generations of undealt with wounds, and she's collected some of her own wounds. Stick with me. Let's keep going. Here comes the child. The child now has 3 generations of unhealed wounds and is now picking up their own wounds. They are riddled with generational bullet holes. They are riddled with it, and they have no clue what they're walking around with. These are demons. So when I say a child is a demon, y'all, we got to stop looking at children like, oh, they just so innocent. They don't. Yes, they're innocent to a certain degree, but they are carrying generations of wounds. Just let's sit with that for a minute. A lot of us don't want to admit that relatives, your very parent, has sabotaged you. And these elders, like I said, they're not eldering. When you talk to them, they don't want to fix anything. These are not the elders that we had back in ancient times, when the elders will unveil certain things because you needed to know. It's not about telling business. It's because you needed to know, because the upcoming generation needed to know what they were fighting and what hasn't been taken care of. Ashe? We're welcome, Dimples. Let me see. Did I miss something? We've all been. I was getting into that part. Thank you for coming through. Her. And then that comes from the father. And if you're a girl, it's mother trauma. Yeah, fatherhood wounds, motherhood wounds. But right now, particularly, I've been telling people, look into your maternal lineage. Because that Jupiter in Cancer, expanding the home life and to the depth of ancestral, it is down the lineage of the maternal, because Cancer is the mother, the nurturer, right? It's home life, but it's through the nurturer. And so there are things that are being, falling down, coming through the lineage. And if it's the father, I've been telling people, look at the father's mother. Look at the maternal side of the father. Look at the maternal side of the mother. And in conversely, it is, or retrospect, however you want to look at it, it is through the motherhood, through the maternal lineage, that is going to save these families. Most of you who are generational curse breakers, it is something that is happening in the maternal lineage, and you are breaking things in the maternal lineage. Ashe? So these are things that we have to come together. It's the women in the family. The women carry the memories. The feminine energy is about memory. Feminine energy, whether it's in man or woman. But the women who physically represent this feminine energy more likely carry the mitochondria, if you will, the memory codes to help unlock certain things. And that means that the women in the family have to unlock, have to speak on their wounds. They have to unveil their wounds to the children. This is not about, like I said in another video, your secrets are not yours to keep. And if you choose to keep them, you are putting your children in a block. It needs to be revealed so that the codes may be unlocked. This is a time, this is revelation. And I'm not just talking about the people in the street, talking about we at the end times, but it is kind of the end. Because this is about to close right now. We got like one more week, y'all, of this month. Couple more days, not even a full week, that we're closing out. And this is a seal of all seals, wherever you are with that. This has to be an urgency in your soul that says, I need to break this completely. Whatever that action step looks like for you, even if it feels uncomfortable, do it. Do it like your whole multidimensional life depends on it, because it does. It is your choice. This is the chance you came here for, the chance of a lifetime, and it's going to pass a lot of souls by because they're afraid to do what must needs be done. And I do believe once they do, so many others can reveal their pain. Ashe, exactly. Once they do, so many will be able to reveal what is behind it, because they're all scared. It's all fear. And fear is the #1 block of the root chakra. So as I said, I was going to talk a little bit about this root chakra. Tomorrow I'll talk about the sacral, just as spirit guides me, because I was going to do a workshop and I decided I'm just moving with spirit. I did enough workshops back to back. The last 3 weekends back to back, workshop, workshop, workshop. And right now, it's about just doing it, doing what needs to be done. Ashe. To a certain degree, we have been turned inside out, seeing good as bad and wrong as right. Exactly. It's what I was saying earlier about the fear. We've been trained to see these fear-mongering information that they've been giving us in the news as right. And when someone brings the truth to you, it's wrong because it feels like fear. You're afraid of that because no one wants to look in the mirror and be like, damn, I've been demoning. But this is accountability. True accountability is being able to look in the mirror and say, damn, I've been demoning. Now what's next? You can't fix it if you don't acknowledge it. Admit that you have been a demon somewhere. Admit that the people around you are demoning, and some are more malevolent than others. What did Lauryn Hill say? No man is exempt. Need to get down on his knees and repent. Nobody is exempt. And repent just means to rethink. I'm not talking about no religious repent, going before the Father. Oh, my Father, I have sinned. No, You need to go and confess to the family, not in a little private little corner with some pastor that has his own perversions. You need to reveal it to your children. If you want to help break those wounds, reveal it to other people in the family that's living like they don't know, everybody in this pretentious energy, acting like they don't know what time it is, acting like they don't have their own sins, and everybody just coddling everybody's lies. We need to stop demon coddling right about now. This not the time for that. Get out of that. Shit is whack. Right? And remember, each baby girl is born with the eggs of the next generation. Ashe, even that. Remember, every baby girl that's born, she's carrying the eggs of the next generation already. Already. Thank you for that. Peace to that. Right? We have to recognize what the spirit is doing inside of these vehicles. Ashe, aka their bodies. Right? The vehicles being the bodies. You have to understand and look at their character. Then you will know their strand for love or evil. Or they stand, sorry. Then you will know if they stand for love or evil. So we got to look at their character. What they say, you can tell by the fruits. Look at the fruit. The fruit will tell you. We got to stop playing around out here in these spiritual streets. The fruit will tell you. Every time. The fruit will always tell you. So look at their fruits. The truth is in the fruit. I've been saying that. The truth is in the fruit, and it will take you to the root. You will get to the root of it if you can recognize the fruit. And we got to stop lying to ourselves. We got to stop lying to ourselves. Right? Way to go, fans. Way to go, fan club. I'm trying to see how to get this off my screen. Excuse me a minute if you know what okay, there we go. The truth is in the fruit. So we got to look at what they're doing. And we can't, and I'm not saying this in a judgmental way. I'm speaking, let me show y'all how to use y'all third eye activity. And people like to judge me for it. And I don't care, because I'm using my spirit of discernment. And they want to flip it around on me and call me a judge. Call me what you want to. Spirit of discernment is called good judgment. Good judgment. And so we got to be willing to recognize when I see simple things. And when I say simple things, y'all, let me give y'all an example. Some people may say, but that's not Look, when I say I'm under attack, this is why I said the bloodline is under attack. For those of us that's really stepping up and stepping in, those parasitic energies that are entangled in your bloodline, they don't like it. So little things, they be poking. They poking at y'all. Some of y'all getting poked and don't even know y'all getting poked and provoked by these demonic energies. And they're trying to siphon your energy. They're trying to set you up, and they're trying to siphon you at the same damn time. They playing with you, because I'm getting it. I know it. And I have what I call a main gatekeeper in my family, what I would call a main demon. Major wounds, the heaviest wounds on the family tree. And they're suctioning, they're harvesting everyone's energy, and everyone wants to circulate around this particular branch. And they are, without knowing, right? Without knowing, consciously they don't know they're doing this, but unconsciously and subconsciously through the principalities that are moving behind them in the realm of the unseen that doesn't like me, that can't stand me, that has even hate for me. The person does not know that they hate me. And so, but they do feel the discomfort. They feel it. There's something there, but they keep trying to smile through it. And while I was there, this is a simple incident, and I'm telling y'all this so y'all can look out for simple things. I'm there and I'm mixing something. I'm mixing some porridge. Y'all know I'm from the islands, like Goldilocks porridge. Yeah, I'm mixing some porridge, and they call and they ask, can you, no, they tell someone else to tell me, make me a cup, dish me some. So they telling me, let me tell you what the energy is saying. This is how you read energy. This is not just asking me for something. This is how y'all miss things. They're telling me, sometimes the very thing that they're asking, they're telling you what they're doing in the energy. She's telling me, I'm going to dip in your pot. I'm going to take something out of your pot. What you're there mixing up for another family member, because I'm there respecting the divine masculine, which is something that they have a problem doing in the family. The women are heavily masculinated. They're in an imbalance and they don't know how to honor the masculine energy. So they end up emasculating the men. I come from a heavy feminine type, matriarchal type family, and this is their issue. This is their generational dysfunction, that they carry the wounds of men. So therefore they disregard men. Therefore they disregard the masculine energy in themselves. I've worked on having that balance since 2015, and that's how I started breaking that generational curse from me and my children on down. So when it comes to a part of me coming 360 to honoring that, is now honoring the patriarch, which is my grandfather. But they're now using that. They're now using that to siphon my energy, to tap in, because I've been MIA from the rest of the family. With doing the work that I'm doing, I've been unattacked, because you're not going to keep siphoning from me. And they're pretty stubborn in their dysfunctions. And they want to not acknowledge things, not have accountability, but they want to smile in your face and you're just supposed to go along with it. That's pretentious energy, and then that pulls you into operating in inauthenticity. Right? I'm just sharing my true story with you all, and whoever it resonates with, whoever it helps, because I'm telling you, this is a real thing. This is what happens. Right? People who will come into my workshops and they'll see, well, dang, you know all, and you would think, well, damn, your family must be lucky that. No, they don't acknowledge it. Most people who are like this, the family does not acknowledge it. We are the black sheep. We are the black sheep. You even heard, I think even, what's her name? Sister Myra even say it. They asked Sister Myra one time. She was like, no, my family don't. Where? My family don't see me. My family don't see me. I'm the laughing stock to my family, but I'm the one with all the answers. I'm the one who can see the dysfunctions in the bloodline. I'm the one that's breaking it, and by breaking it, it clears up certain things in the bloodline, but they don't want to recognize that. The good thing is, ain't it a good thing that I don't give a fuck? The good thing is, when you know who and whose you are for real, you need no validation, not even from family. You start to recognize that family, as I've been saying, is my co-workers in life. I recognize them as a multi-dimensional soul. I recognize that I chose this bloodline for a purpose. The ups and downs, because even as they have dragged me, it sharpens me. Ashe? So we got to recognize that. Don't beat up on them. Don't be mad. That's the course that you chose. That's the soul course that you chose. Your spirit chose this soul course to help sharpen you. So they're your co-workers, whether you like them or not. That's what they are. Right? There was something else. Detach from the falsehood and break through your new beginnings. Yes. We have to be able to come out of this matrix. Ashe, ashe, tap, 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 keep tapping the hearts. Thank you. Detach, and this is why I talk about detaching and depersonalizing. When we do our detox to detach, we did 2 of those last year. We've done 3 detox to detach programs. And every time someone has said, I really needed this. Whenever we do that, oh, we go in deep. We go in deep into our emotional body, because the energy in motion brings the sensations that carry the information. And we allow ourselves, this is where we pay attention to our feelings rather than eating our feelings. The cravings mean something, so we pay attention to what we crave, and instead of giving into the food cravings, we look at the emotion that is coming up. So through that, this is not just about detoxing from food. It is practicing to detach and depersonalize from. A lot of us got too much hang-ups on titles, on families. Oh, this is my mother, this is my father, this is my brother. Like I told y'all in the other live, blood thicker than water, that doesn't go with me. because I rather purified water than tainted blood anytime. Give me my soul tribe, because my soul tribe is purified water or alkaline water. Give me the alkaline purified water. Keep the tainted blood. Those parts in the bloodline that don't want to do their work, keep that. I can detach. But we got to be able to recognize when we walking up in a whole demonic landmine. This is what I'm telling you. So back to my story to share with y'all to close that out. This was not just simply asking me to make you some or to take something. You were telling me in the spiritual realm, in the warfare of it, you were poking me and telling me you're going to dip in my pot. Right? And some of us give in to things like that because we may say, oh, well, that's not, they just asking for some food. That's no harm. There's a lot of things that's harm that we may not recognize during this time of alarm. We need to open our eyes and pay attention and look at when you have fallen into a spiritual warfare. I'm in a live spiritual warfare right now with loved ones, family that I grew up with, and they don't see it. I'm looking at it and I'm looking at the demons, and it looks so demonic, the wounds that they're carrying, and I'm looking like this is a demon takeover. And you can see who's fighting to be the next one, and who's okay, let me tell you what it looks like. It's a demon like passing on the torch or the horns. It's also an opportunity for them to suction out from the weaker ones in the family who are unseeing, the religious ones that think that, oh, you gotta love everybody and Jesus loved everybody, and they're sucking their life. They're sucking from their life force energy, and they're so clueless, right? And these are the ones that they want to respect. And it's easy to respect them because the churchgoers are clueless. They're in the falsehood. They're in the matrix. So of course they're going to go along with that. But you have to recognize what it is they're doing. And when I say I was in a real live demonic function, this is a birthday party. This is a little kid's birthday party. But I'm looking like, this is crazy. This is ridiculous. And I'm sharing that with you so you understand, because I know as I'm looking at it and talking about it, people don't want to admit that their own family is a demon. Yes, your grandma. Yes, your aunties, your uncles. They demoning. I don't care how much they smiling in your face. Like some of them I can look at and they demon. I could see their demon looking at me like with a dead face. Like can't even hide it because I boil your blood. You can't even stand it. There was one today that I recognized that I saw that I almost didn't recognize, y'all. I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I saw her, all I saw, and this is one that's not in the family by blood. This is one who's married in. And when I saw her, I was like, oh, who's that? I'm going to just say it like it came to me. Who's that bitch? Because that's what I saw in the energy realm. I didn't see a nice person, a nice mother. I saw a real wretched bitch. And that means she's coming to take over. She's trying to get in on the family business, on the family demoning business. And she carries that Jezebel spirit in a nice way, wanting to be nice, not one of the mean Jezebel spirits, just that Jezebel spirit that is very controlling. We got to be able to recognize those. And when I saw, this is when you see things with the spiritual realm, with the spiritual eyes. I saw this bitch. And it took me a while to realize, oh, snap, that's so-and-so. Because what I saw was the energy. We got to be mindful of the energy. Yes, we got parallels between us. I know you know it. That means you feel it, because who feels it knows it. Who feels it knows it. Right? Would you say spiritual wounds are carried by the maternal and physical wounds by the paternal? I could say that it may more likely be that, being that physical is more masculine and spiritual is more feminine, but it's not solely that. It can be the flip. It could be the flip. And I think either one can carry both. Like the mother can carry spiritual and physical wounds, and so can the father. It's very convoluted. It's very convoluted. So it's not, I can't even definitely say yes to one or the other. It can be that, plus it can be both. Right? Ashe, the healing for generations has to be exposed for all to observe and witness. Yes, observation is the key. We have to observe, we have to witness what is happening, and we have to be willing to admit it, that that's an unhealed wound. That's an unhealed wound. That's a demon. We got to be willing to admit that. If you can't admit it, then you're going to continue to hide it. You're going to continue to coddle it. You're going to continue to enable that energy to infiltrate you and your family. And we can't save them all. I'm not saying go and save them all. Like I said, I just told some of them what it was, and then now I'm withdrawing again because I see what's closing out, and I had to let them know, look, I'm not trying to be mean, but you're not going to see me like that. Because I know that they're not ready to step up. They couldn't even address the previous issue about 4 years ago when I had the exposure, the big exposure, and I put it on the table. Right? I gave them something and they couldn't handle. Ashe? Ashe, sister, I'd rather have my soul tribe. Right? Right? Soul tribe always. Give me the purified water. You could keep the tainted blood. Keep it. I'm not walking around. We got to stop saying these things. And I still hear some people say, oh, family is all you got. No, it's not. They're my co-workers in life, and they are not all that I got. They are not who I came here for. I came here to be me. I came here to become my highest self, to come with my soul. For those of us that are star seeds, you came here to be about your star seed business. You came here to be about your star seed mission. And part of that mission happens to be travailing through the bloodline in time, correcting the codes. That bloodline is even lucky that you chose it. Let me say that again. That bloodline is lucky that you chose it, but they cannot receive that blessing. They cannot appreciate it. And they think that they doing you a favor because you the black sheep. You're the unlikable one. But the shit is about to hit the fan, y'all. And it's going to be, this ain't about no revenge or nothing, but the shit is about to hit the fan. And I tried to warn them. I tried to tell them, look, I'm not, triers are for liars. So I did tell them. Let me not say I tried. I did. And when the clocks turn, we only got a few more years, y'all. The world is going to be looking different by 2030. I've been saying this since 2020. When I got my 2020 vision, Spirit already showed me we got about 10 years. We got about 10 years to get our ish together, to know where you need to be, because the world is going to be looking very different. And I'm not talking about politics. I'm not talking about politics. The new world, the new earth, the new world order, the new earth order is in effect. And we are well on our way. We are well into the 5th dimension. We're there. So we got to start admitting it. We got to break those programs. Go into your solar plexus. Stop living by particular identities and titles. And stop being locked by these titles. And be willing to admit, I see a demon. I see a demon. And I know this must be hard for a lot of people, because even though I've been talking about this for quite some time, and I teach this in our workshops and things like that, I still find it in myself where I still got to be like, damn, that's a demon. You know, I got to still say it in my, damn, that family member is a demon. Oh, shoot. They demoning right now. And I got to be willing to admit that they're attacking me. With a smile on my face, I'm telling you, she had to dip in my pot. She was telling me what she gonna do. And when she comes around, she's like bullying, like in the energetic realm, poking and bullying, like sitting beside you. Like they'll sit beside you. Let me tell you, these bold demons, y'all, they bold. These the big bad wolves. The big bad bold demons. They will sit beside you, smile with you, talk to you, and they want to give you something. Be careful what you take from them. I had to say no today, like, and it comes off like something very simple, like, let me give you this for the children. No, no, I don't want it. Because that's how they get you. Y'all seen that movie Sinners? That's how you let them in. When you accept something from them, that's how they make a deal with you. They've bought you. Or when they take something from you, like when she wanted to dip in my pot, that was how they steal from you. What they say the enemy come to do: kill, steal, and destroy. They come to kill your spirit, steal your spirit, destroy your spirit. This is not a lie. Ashe, I'm telling you what I know. I can relate to what you're going through. The name is possession. Yes. See, and they don't like when you say that, but it's a possession. They're trying to possess you, and they are being possessed. They're already possessed. And they're working for that opposition. They're working for the principalities, and they're desperately trying to keep control and their hooks in the family because you are loosening the grip. So you're under attack. Best believe that. So be careful of who calls out to you, who wants you to go. Be careful of what events you go to, because you're demon dancing with them. You're in a whole you in a whole little tango. Hola, ole. We in a whole demon tango. Right? Yes, Tasha, they smile in your face. All the while they want to take your place. The backstabbers. And they stab you in your back, in your front, in your side. We got to be very careful. I have different, what? I'm looking differently. I'm talking to my real warriors out there. We got to be able to look and say, you demonin. I'm looking at children, and I'm looking at demonins. I'm looking at the unhealed wounds that they got to walk with. And some of them, you can't help them. I had to let one go today. It was like, man, I really love this little girl. And she is the light of their demonic. She's there to break their wounds. But they're not going to let her, because it's so much heavy wounds over her. She got 3 generations of heavy wounds over her. And when I say heavy, I mean these are people who don't want to acknowledge, have accountability, and move with integrity. These are the 3 things that you all got to look out for. And for those of you who come to the Ancestral Passage, the retreat, this is what we're going to be working on some more. We're going to be looking deeper into the ancestral bloodline, understanding how they are the codes in your bloodline. We're going to break it all down. So for those of you who are even deeper into this, if this is for you, you may want to email me, because we're going on a retreat, an Ancestral Passage retreat in April, the end of April. So if you just got your tax, your income tax, go ahead and book that. You're going to want to book that. Believe me. Make it worth your while. Maybe this, for some of you, this may be the answer that you've been looking for. Because we're definitely going to tap into it. We're going to go deeper in a way where we haven't even done here. We can go deeper in person, because they're not infiltrating the electronics. We put up a different force field around us. It's a different type of sacred sanctuary when you're in person and really tapping in, and we got all our ancestors with us. Understanding that these ancestors, these are the codes within our bloodline. The Ancestral Passage is helping you to open up the codes in your bloodline. We're not just talking about worshiping. This is not about worshiping ancestors. This is about acknowledging the codes in your bloodline, so you can have more of an understanding of what your mission is, your transmission in time. We got to get serious with this. And now I'm seeing why Spirit had me hold it off, because I've been wanting to do this retreat since December. And now it's finally coming through. But these past 6 months have been showing me what's happening in the bloodline. And that's what I've been sharing with y'all. Bloodline is under attack. And the demons are scheming. So we got to be willing to see what we're seeing and acknowledge it. Don't be afraid to use certain words. We can't fall for the glitch in the system. Don't these words like unalive, and no, that's them wanting to block you from speaking with power on these words that scare them. Because when you say death, they quiver. When you say die, they quiver. So they want you to say unalive, so they don't quiver. We gotta keep your strength. This is your strength. The tongue, that's the sword. Your throat is your power box. The faculty of power, your voice box. Sound it out. The sounds that you make, the words that you say, is gonna cut the energy, cut the air in two. They need a slice. So we got to recognize this, because this is not the time to be cute about things. This is not the time to make people comfortable. Let them be real uncomfortable. Set your boundaries and be willing to let go who you need to let go, concepts wise. See them. There are going to be some family members now that you're going to have to look at them like they are a shell of themselves, because essentially that's what they are. They don't know themselves. So they're a shell. And you have to be willing to look at them, love them, but understand that this is a shell. There's nothing you can do for them, and do not make excuses for them, and do not enable them. Don't enable that energy. Like I said, it's not personal, but they are the ones who the energy is operating through. Ashe? Recognize that. Learn how to depersonalize, but know when they are one and the same. If you get what I'm saying. Let me say that again. Learn how to depersonalize and separate it so you're not taking it personal, but know that they are one in the same, because that entity needs to operate through a physical vessel. And this physical vessel happens to be your family members on your family tree. And they are definitely trying to tear you down and stop you, because you are taking, it's like you're taking food out of their mouth. And I'm talking about the parasitic energies, the parasitic entanglement. They're looking at you like this here my juke joint. This here my family. Even though it's your family, the parasitic energy is saying mine. Snatched. I'm snatching all these souls. That's another thing that's happening at these demonic events. They are soul snatching. Snatched. These are mine. And they're agreeing with it because they don't want to unfold. Whenever it's them, it's a choice. To the degree that they choose to not have acknowledgement and accountability and integrity, that is to the degree that they choose to be a tool of the enemy. So they become snatched. And the parasitic energy is looking at you like, how dare you? Like right now, it's snarling at you. Think of who I'm talking about. Some of y'all know who I'm talking about. There's that family member there that as you are there, they're smiling with you. And while they're smiling with you and they're hugging you and they're embracing you and they're giving you something and they're wanting to take something from you, acting like it's an even exchange, but it's really not. It's a demonic exchange. While they're doing that with you, just imagine that entity that is in the invisible realm of them, in their energetic field that's entangled with them. Imagine that energy snarling at you, because that's what's happening. Like it's just like, just that's what I saw. Ooh, that's what I saw today. Yes, and the one that I said that all I could see was a bitch, like I saw the snarl. She couldn't even hide it. Like I saw her just give that to me. And it could be definitely because she was feeling from me, because I already know that Jezebel spirit. So my boundary in my energetic field, I already have like this towards her. I already have that, like, no. That's in my energy. You all can send that out in your energy field too. Speak to your auric field. Let your auric field know we not having it. We not messing with that person. So when it's like your energy already presses out. And so if someone is pressing in, you can press out. You can push that energy out. You have to be intentional. You have to know them. This is why you got to see. Brings me back to my, you got to know evil. Tap the hearts. Let me hear y'all say no evil. Please put that in there. No, K-N-O-W. No evil. That's the story that they don't want you to know about Eve. Eve, when they try to teach you it backwards, they try to tell you, oh, Eve's fault was that she went and she ate from the tree of good and evil. No, they got it backwards because they don't want you to know evil. You are supposed to know evil. Thank you. Put it in the chat. Know evil. You are supposed to know evil. Because when you know it, then you can set your intention in the right place. So because I know that Jezebel spirit, I know it. So I can press out in my energetic field where I say, not today, demon, not today. No to that energy because I know that energy. I know that energy. Because I know what? I know evil. We got to stop being afraid. And this is why I'm talking about it in this way, because I was frustrated. I'm like, why are people afraid to see the demon? You got to know evil. You cannot stand against it if you don't know it, because it's going to infiltrate you every time because you're so busy trying to be like, no, they're not evil. Oh, me, I would never call somebody evil. Evil. Unapologetically, I will say it. Evil. You are evil. Demonic. I tell it to my children all the time. Look, when my children are demoning, I call it out. You think I go, oh, how cute. No, you demoning right now. Go fix your energy. If you don't teach them this, how are they going to find it? If you keep letting it slide, you need to let them acknowledge it. You know that thing that you're doing right now? You demoning. I see you. I know you. I know what that is. That's not good. I don't care how simple it is. When I see it in the principalities, in my own children, I call it out. And I know it makes people uncomfortable. They be hella uncomfortable. Oh my God, did she just call her child a demon? Takes one to know one. If it offends you, take the beam out your eye. You must be one. Because I didn't call them a demon. I said you are demoning. You demoning, or you being a demon. And they know that when I say that, that means go do what? Go check your unhealed wounds. So you got to teach them. My children not scared of that word. They don't go, oh my God, my mom just called me a demon. No. They know that that means I need to check myself before I wreck myself. That means I got some unhealed wound inside of me, which means I am open to parasitic energies. I tell them that so they can be responsible for what they about to let hook inside of them. Because you create a hole. When you have a wound, you create a hole, and then that is how the parasitic energy gets in. And that is when it becomes demon. You have let it in because you've allowed that wound and you have said yes. And when you go around people and you hang with them and their wounds in their information field, I'm not talking about what you say with your mouth. I'm talking about the principalities in the realm of the unseen. When you go around people and you pick up on things in the information field, you're demon dancing because they have some wounds and then your wounds get attracted to those wounds, and then y'all throwing a whole demon dancing party. You got to be mindful of the demons that they carry and be mindful of what you agreeing with, because you signing some contracts. If you know evil though, you will not. If you don't know evil, you will definitely sign those contracts. This is the times that we're in right now. I ain't got time to pussyfoot around. We ain't got that kind of time. We got 1 week, y'all. 1 week. And this is not about doom and gloom. It don't mean, oh my God, the world is going to end. But we got 1 week. And those who know what I'm talking about, know what I'm talking about. We got 1 week. The energetic seal is happening. Third eye atlas, closing out. Mercury retrograde is going to stop and go direct at the North Node in Pisces. At the North Node in Pisces, which is where Third Eye Atlas is helping us to get to. It's been traveling for 6 months. We had 6 months to work with Third Eye Atlas as it has been upgrading our entire solar system and our personal planets particularly. It had the close encounters with all the personal planets already. Mars, Venus, Sun with Mercury at the same darn time, Earth, and now Jupiter. Expansion into the unknown, taking us deeper. Those of us that's going to be getting our cosmic citizenship, stepping into the next level of the fifth dimension. This is a quantum leap of quantum leaps. And that's what people are going to miss if they don't do what they need to do. What did I say earlier? You need to get up and ask yourself today, for the next couple days, every time I get up, I've been feeling that urgency. What is it that I need to do now? It don't matter how it affects anybody. I can't care about what it looks like at the physical plane. I can't walk with fear in the physical plane, in the root chakra. I can't afford for my root chakra to be blocked by fear, which is coming from lack and limitations. Belief, the mindset of belief, of lack and limitation. Oh, I don't have enough money for this. Oh, that's lack and limitation. And I can't fall for the okie doke. Oh, I don't have enough people loving me or caring about me or understanding me. Oh, I don't have enough resources. No. That is a distraction. I can't have that right now. Right now, I need to have a sacred reverence into my crown. I'm speaking for all of us. A sacred reverence into your crown that says, I remember why I'm here. I need to tap into my soul star above my crown and say, I remember why I'm here. I remember my soul's purpose. I remember my sacred purpose, my divine plan. What's more important to you, this temporary earthly experience of junk that you picked up along the way, or your divine plan that you came here to do and be about? And it's nobody on this earth plane that's gonna mess that up for me. That's how we gotta look at it. I don't care who you are to me, mother, father, sister, brother, whatever, daughter, son. I'm just a channel that you came through. Some of us got to learn how to detach from our children, love them, but know that you are the channel that they came through. You don't own them. They don't belong to you. I got to keep knocking that in my own head. So I know that's not easy for mothers. They don't want to hear that. We want to be like, oh, that's my child. I'm here to protect them. You're here to guide them. You're here to guide them. Protection, yeah, that comes under the guidance, but you can't put that at the forefront of your mind that you can't afford to step into your divine plan because you feel like you got to do X, Y, and Z for God knows who. I'm being real honest. This is a part of the detaching and depersonalizing and recognizing what you came here to do. They got their own soul unfolding journey. You're here to guide them, not control them. You can't control the outcome. Only yours. And you can only control that because of your intake. What are you taking in? What is your receptivity? What are your receptors telling you? That is going to determine what your output is, what your outcome is. Are you a part of the remembering? This is my soul's purpose. I can't sit here and think about who celestial earth is, who is Aquila right now in this particular lifetime. That's mediocre. That's neither here nor there to my infinite existence. We gotta zoom out, right? I see Maddie is like, what? Why are you saying what? What is the shock that we got 1 week? Is that because I said we got 1 week? Don't worry, it's not doom and gloom. But it's just to let you know that we really got 1 week and we got to start wrapping it up soon. So the conversations that need to be had, the lines that need to be drawn, the things that you need to be doing differently, because this is about action. The things that you need to be expressing and being about is now. This is not the time to say, well, maybe next year, maybe next month, or after I get my last check, and then no. Spirit wants to know how serious you are. Your soul wants to know how serious you are. Are you still trying to make it right with physical things on this physical plane? Or are you going to step up, step out, and make that power move in your soul? It's time to make that power move in your soul. I'm saying it because it's real. It was the planetary parallels that I was seeing with life. Oh, right now, and where the planets are. Yes, you see, and it's so much more that's going on with the planets. I could really go into the parallels of what's happening. Because Third Eye Atlas, yeah, it's really activating, and we don't know when we're going to see it again. But there's so much cosmic planetary guidance that is happening, because these celestials guide us. They're not just planets in the skies. They're actually working with us. They're helping us to harmonize Venus and Mars. They're helping us to harmonize, to come into this one mind consciousness, to be able to navigate through these frequencies. This is not, like, for me, I don't know how it is, but for me, I'm like, this is not a game. This is not a game. Yes, Ashe, remember why I am here. Mother says she has parasites and she will get rid of them. Best not be a parasite, right? Best not be a parasite. Don't be a parasite. Don't let them parasites have their hooks in you. It is activating in a way where I am starting to understand time, consciousness, and how to... We're welcome, because this is a transmission. What I'm saying, I know I'm not just talking just to talk. This is a transmission. This is an activation for those who can receive it. Be activated so you can activate. You can be a part of the light grid activation. Most of you here anyway, you've already been activating on the light grid because you wouldn't have found it. This is high frequency. Everybody can't find this frequency. So anybody that's passing through, love and light to you. Let me send y'all some hearts, even though I'm hearting myself. But this is an activation. This is a transmission to activate something in your soul, to remind you of the truth that you are here to behold. I'm speaking to my star seeds. I'm speaking to the Syrian star seeds. I'm speaking to the ancient Kemetic bloodline. Some of you have ancient Kemetic bloodline. Those secrets that are in the blood, those codes that are waking up. Third Eye Atlas has been here to do two things: wake up dormant codes in the earth and in you, as you belong in the earth. And it is here to amplify the nodal axis of South Node Virgo to North Node Pisces. That's why it's ending with Mercury bringing the information to the North Node. It is bringing us, it's like it's putting us on the front step. It's actually delivering us like special delivery. Third Eye Atlas came with messages like special delivery, and now it's delivering us directly into the North Node. Special delivery. If you have gotten it. It's for everybody to get it, but not everybody's gonna get it. This is high frequency only people that are going to be able to get it. This ain't for everybody. Ashe, Ashe, I see it. I know you get it. I know the activation is happening. And I know the transmission is happening. So take with it, do with it what you will. I know it's for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. Remember to know evil and be unapologetic about it wherever you see it. Men, women, children. I have to keep saying it because we cannot be afraid to acknowledge it in the children. We got to help them to see it. And some children you just got to stay away from. There's some children that I just stay away from. And it's not because I'm scorning the children, but because they're too much in the grips of that parasitic energy with their parent and their grandparent and their grandparent. They're too deeply entrenched into that hold that I couldn't get to them even if I wanted to. So I'm not even going to waste my time and be entangled and allow them to be an infiltration onto me, because they will infiltrate you through the children. Don't let them use their children. I'm telling you, the children will infiltrate. They will come around you and the children will start poking you. I'm telling y'all what I know. I'm not telling you what I don't know. I'm telling you what I've experienced. Let me clear my throat on that. I know, see, the enemy they don't like when I speak the truth like that. I've experienced it. The children, and I don't care how young they are, they could be 2, 1 year old. Listen, they will utilize these children. If the children are being used themselves, the parents have already sacrificed the children enough, passed down enough, that there's nothing you can do. And sometimes you have to block certain children. You have to block certain children from playing with your children. I'm being so honest, because if they can't recognize it, it's nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely. You're going to just have to watch it play its course. And remember to preserve your energy. Keep the distance, keep the boundaries, because they can't recognize it. And you can't. If you tell them, it's only going to further. I don't care how spiritual they are. People are very touchy and sensitive with their children, and particularly with their children. Like, they don't want to believe this. This is where their spiritual hype stops. If you can't go the distance, you're not fully spiritual. You're not there. You're not on a particular level. Because what they say, God is no respecter of person. And if I and the Father are one, then I am no respecter of person. That means any of you can get it. That means any of you can turn to be an agent, a double agent at any time, like Agent Smith in the Matrix. Anybody can turn into an agent just like this by being an available vessel. And so the demons are scheming. We have to keep that in our mind. So when you see somebody being being nice with you, pick up. Let your third eye see the fruits. And don't play with your third eye. Don't try to deny it because they're your friend and your family member and your favorite person. You better be able to recognize, hey, the demon is scheming. And it's right here in front of your face, blasting you with beams. It's letting you know, I'm taking out your pot. Some people you got to say, no, I'm not dishing that out for you. Do not let them take from you. And do not give. Ashe, Nikki, it's alignment time. Get into your assignment. Get in alignment and get on your assignment, because it's alignment time. Ashe. So there you go. I have it. I shared it with you all. Feel free to email me if you need any one-on-ones, if you want to do a natal chart reading, and if you're interested in the retreat, the Ancestral Passage retreat next month. And it's limited space, so I do have to say it's limited. It's only going to be a very small amount of people, so, you know, first come, first serve. And I already think I have like 2 or 3 people, and when I say it's small, it's less than 10 people, limited. And there are already 2 or 3. So, yeah, if this is for you and you're feeling the call, email me and I'll get you more information. You're probably going to see the information about it here by real soon in the next day or two. Ashe. So thank you all for coming through. Remember, this day I'm working on the root chakra. I'm sharing that with you. So please look into your root. Look at what the root chakra is about. Look to see if you have anything out of alignment in your root, which is in that your waist area down below. Anything in the root area to your legs, to your feet. If you have any issues with blood, with bones, all of that is root chakra issues. Your lower back, pay attention to that. Find out what it means in your body. Out of alignment usually means that you don't feel safe in the earth. And so what you want to do to counteract that is find the abundance in the earth no matter what. Do abundant meditations. Even if you don't see physically something there in front of you, know that you have access to your abundance. You just need to unlock certain things. You need to remove certain fears out the way so that it flows. And understand that the earth is always in abundance for you. It's just, what is your perspective? Some of you may have to reevaluate what you consider abundance and what you consider physical prosperity. You may have to reevaluate what that looks like. Reevaluate possessions. Reevaluate relationships. That's the root chakra. Right? And so I share that with you as we talk about that. Look at where four places, four petals of the root. So I always say, here's an exercise that I will give you to look at and to do. I'm going to give you 4 labels and 4 parts of the house. 4 parts of the house: the floor, the walls, the ceiling, the door. Let me say it again. The floor, the walls, the ceiling, the door. Write that down. And the labels that you want to see, which one matches what, just to see where you are with these 4 particular things. Your house represents your consciousness. You want to write down trust, honesty, care, and respect. Trust, honesty, care, and respect. And label these 4 parts of the house. See which one is which for you. What is the door for you? What is the floor for you? What do you need? The floor is your foundation. So which one of those labels is your foundation? Right? The wall is your boundaries or your surrounding. Which one of those words represents your boundaries and surroundings? Right? The roof is your covering, right? Is your covering, or some may see it as the protection, but it is your covering. So which one of those words you see as the covering? And the door is the way to get in. It is the way how to get into your consciousness. So which one of those words expresses what it takes to get into your consciousness? And so label it and see how that shows up for you, to kind of give you a peek at how you see your root chakra, your foundational, body, the 4 core foundations, right? That's just an exercise I'm throwing out there for you to work with your root chakra, and look at what that means for you, right? And if you have any questions on that, you can always email me. If you want to go in further, if you want to talk a little deeper and be like, okay, what does that mean? We can always set up a session, right? I'm willing to share as long as you're willing to be there. Ashe. So thank you for those who've been coming through. Thank you so much, Maddie, Dimples. Love, like, share. The more we share, the more we can get, to the 1,000, and we can have more lives. Right now it's just the hearts that keep it pumping. And that's a lesson for me in the TikTok, on the tick of the talk of the cosmic clock. The more hearts I keep hearting it, the more you heart it, the more we give hearts. That's how we keep it pumping. It's like we hustle in the live right now. We hustle in the live, and that's how other people are able to get the connection, because we continue to expand the hearts. The more hearts we give, the more we're like, let's go, heart, heart, heart. And it's showing me that we expand, and that expansion of the heart extends. The expansion becomes the extension. and to reach those who may need to hear it, who may need an activation or transmission. So thank Dimples, because Dimples was one of the first people that came through and was hearting. Dimples and somebody else, I can't remember the name. I may have lost the name by now, but they were one of the first ones coming through. I think it was Dreddy. Rashad, thank Rashad that they were able to start it so that you could even get in, so some of you could find it. So thank those who started the hearts and kept it going. Ashe, thank you for your presence. Thank you for those of you on YouTube, right? Shout out to all of you over there on YouTube that's been helping and aligning and putting in the chat, no evil. So before we go, if you haven't done it already, drop that in the chat, no evil, or you might want to just put a number, put 333. What numbers have you been seeing? 555, 444, 333. Drop your numbers in the chat, because that helps as well. Ashe. So before I go, let me see what y'all got on the drop. 222. Maddie been seeing the twos. Who else got some numbers? What y'all been seeing? Any eights? I've been seeing 808 a lot. Boom, like an 808. Making circles like a figure eight. 333, that's the number right there. 1133 be my number. I be seeing it. What else we been seeing? 52 is at 535. Ashe, 535. Yeah, some of us it's not going to be the same number. For some of us, we're going to see certain codes like, 616. Sometimes you may see it in a palindrome type of number. Those are your angel numbers. And I'm not talking about angels that are talking to you. Those are your angels of light that you are connected to, because you have aligned. And whenever you align, you attract these divine, these numerologies divine. And these codes come back at you to confirm something to you, but it is coming from you, right? So this is your angels of light, angel numbers that you attract because of your soul's delight as you take flight. Ashe? So thank you for dropping the numbers. Keep looking out. Keep doing what you're doing and lighting up on the light grid, because it's that time. Remember, we got 1 week, y'all. 1 week. And that energetic field is closing. Ashe? Peace, love, and light. Enjoy. Ashe, thank you for